Hey guys, welcome back to World of Warships. Today we're taking a look at update 15.2 and everything you need to know. This is a smaller update, so we will be quick with it. The first thing you need to, everybody, if you're watching this video, you have to do this, okay? Go to the patch notes, make sure you're logged in. You can obviously do this in game, of course, as well. Make sure you go to the updates to aircraft carrier mechanics and scroll to the bottom of this section. We're gonna go through this in order, don't worry, but there's a free commander skills reset. If you've ever been wanting to customize your builds, try things out, maybe run some of the funny meme builds that I run in my videos, you've realized it's a lot of doubloons to be resetting your commanders all the time. You get a free reset here for an entire week, so make sure you activate that discount. In the past, they have activated this on everyone's account by default. This time, they are not doing that, unfortunately. Criticism there, Wargaming. Maybe you could just give this to everyone on everyone's accounts, not make it this extra button press. But regardless, it's very nice to see that we have this opportunity. So make sure you click Activate Discount, and it will be working for you. As soon as you're in game, you'll go here, and look at that, completely for free. So now you can try out some very, very silly builds. Like I could run IFHE secondaries on a ship like Thor, which has no improved secondary. Don't run that. But you could. Just make sure that you're going to reset those funny meme builds before that week is up. Otherwise, you're stuck with them. I wouldn't want that to happen to you. But I think that's a really nice thing with this update. That is in news, current update, and then you can just go down to that updates to aircraft carrier mechanics. But here we have the update. There is going to be a collab with Sabaton. I don't think we can see much of this collab just yet. Hasn't quite started yet. There are new operations being added, or at least updated, changed, something like that. If you're into operations, hopefully that is of interest to you. The event pass here is going to have Fiume? We looked at that ship recently. Very fun Italian cruiser. Burst fire from the Spanish cruisers, except you actually get a better dispersion as soon as you're bursting. 20% buff to dispersion is very good. Had some like over 10 Citadel games, tons of dev strikes with this ship. I found it very fun. 3,000 doubloons to get you into that event pass to get that ship. It's a mid-tier cruiser though, can be a little bit challenging to play. Updates to aircraft carrier mechanics here. The big two things they're doing here is that your fighters can now be positioned on the map manually rather than just dropping where you are. I think this is a really cool, interesting change overall. They'll take some flight time to get there. We'll see how much use that actually is, but a bit of counterplay there between carriers, I think is a good thing. Evasive maneuvers, consumable. Just check this out here. It already feels like these numbers don't mean anything. Notice the planes just not taking any damage. It feels so meaningful. It's just hopeless is what it feels like as a surface ship player. Okay, I could rant about this for a very long time, but instead of getting a heal that the planes have, now they get a immunity button. You can think about that new Pan-Asian battleship, the Yiming, that cuts torpedo alpha damage by like 70%, something like that. It's a force field consumable. Now planes get that instead of a heal. They already feel like you just don't do much damage. Just like the numbers pop up and nothing happens, right? Anyways. Carrier balance, obviously a massive problem in this game, has been for years, and it doesn't seem like it's going to get any better here. Perhaps this is even a buff to carriers. It remains to be seen. Manually controlled carrier consumables, maybe that's a good thing as well. I don't know. I don't want to talk about carriers and subs too much because it's just so sad, and I'll just be ranting and complaining all the time. So let's move on, shall we? Go for that free commander skills reset, please. Please take advantage of this week to play with your builds, mess around. Maybe you had a bad build on a set of ships that you just didn't want to spend the doubloons to reset. Now you can. Really, really good thing. This is an excellent part of this update. Another great part here is new interface customization options. It's been so long that we've been asking for Wargaming to actually implement some of the most critical mods that we have in the mod making community. Huge shout out to the mod makers, by the way. absolutely incredible over the last decade, actually improving the interface and the legibility of this UI. Big one here is going to be score timer. I use this in every one of my videos. It is absolutely amazing to see who will win based on the time remaining, how the cap points are ticking. Of course, that can change with the destruction of an enemy or friendly ship, a flipping of the cap, anything like that. But it gives you an idea of who will win if nothing else changes. It means that in the late game, you can know if you need to take action and actually take the fight to the enemy, or perhaps you can just play defensively, hold on to your position, and that way you know you can win that way. I think this is a really, really excellent mod, and I am glad that they have added this into the game. This is really, really nice to have. I'll show you where you can find that actually right now. We will go over to your settings tab right here, go to the battle options, and from here you can scroll down and find in the battle info section here, time to victory. Turn that on, please. It's very, very helpful. Just having this built in is extremely beneficial. There's a few other ones here. It looks like we do have a time to target. There's a range finder here. Your detectability range, also very nice. But look at this. Didn't actually, maybe they mentioned that in the patch notes. I kind of glossed over it, but increased detectability timer. This is another mod that I really like to use because this tells you how long until your concealment will reset after firing. If you didn't know, it's a flat 20 seconds after you shoot your guns before your detection resets back to its normal concealment value you see in port. After you fire, of course, that is when you get your detection out to your gun range. That's how it works in this game. Knowing when that detection resets is really valuable. So please also turn that one on. You can have it on alt or just fully on. This is excellent information. Really glad Wargaming is adding these things into the base game. There's a few more mods that they certainly should be adding, but this is a great start. And again, massive shout out to the mod makers for continually improving the UI of this game. I'm glad Wargaming's adding these things, but let's remember that it's the mod makers that have been doing all the hard work over the last 10 years. It's been so long since Wargaming's done anything to improve their UI. I'm glad they are, but huge shout out to the mod makers, of course, for initiating all of this. Okinawa Rebalance, one of the worst maps in the game, especially south side. I mean, look at this south spawn here, man. What do you do as a cruiser down here? There's no islands, nothing. Absolutely nothing is what you do. You cry and go next, I suppose. The Rebalance here is going to be adding a bunch of island cover, hopefully allowing this large island in the south to be a little bit more playable. That's very hard committal to get there. No idea how this map is going to play now. Looks like the north isn't too changed. We can see an island right here that is getting a change, also right here. So maybe they're trying to make it a little more even here. You can see here on the old version that the north side actually was pretty, the north cap rather, it was very north spawn favored, I would say. This big island here is extremely powerful, whereas these are a little harder to use. So maybe making that a little bit more reasonable. Looks like the south cap also got moved a little more towards the south. So maybe trying to help out the south spawn there. Perhaps they noticed a win rate difference. I'm not sure, but for whatever reason that is there. It looks like B cap has not really been changed much at all. Big improvements though to the south side. I hope that is enough to make this map much more playable, especially on that south spawn. They are showing us ocean. I don't know why I find this so funny. Okinawa! Open ocean. Is this even showing the same part of the map? This doesn't even look like the same camera angle. Anyways, I just found that really funny. This too, like, is the camera angle the same? Obviously not. Is this the same part of the map? No, because there's like a map border in this picture right here on the side. Okay, well, they've changed the map. At least we got to see the actual mini-map version where the cap points are. Maybe this one's a little closer to the same island. Okay, there we go. That's an actual comparison. Anyways, on to the Lunar New Year festivities. This we've already seen. Make sure you're grinding through these mission chains throughout this update, and you can earn yourself some premium ships or, you know, copies of the existing tech tree ships, allowing you to move commanders over completely for free. There's some good things here. We've already talked about that last update. European battleships leaving early access. I got a video coming for you guys with Thor, kind of discussing this a little bit more, but this is a well worthwhile line to grind out. Lower HP pools, sure, but great armor overall. And of course, you get access to a radar. Yes, 10-kilometer radar on a battleship. Wow. You also get gearing level torpedoes here on the tier 10. The main guns, their inconsistent dispersion is going to be their downside here, but when they hit, they do very good damage. They have, at least Thor has incredible shell velocity as well. Throughout, though, this line is very, very solid, and definitely a battleship line worth grinding out, I think. And yeah, very, very good armor here too. In theory, good AA. We'll see how good it is against an immunity consumable, now that carriers get a force field of their own. But very nice to see these ships finally leaving early access. Everyone gets access to them. I've never been a fan of early access, so really got to point out that these ships are now actually available, not in their early access weirdness. Ranked battles, if you're interested, are back. Clan battles as well. Brawls as well. Not too much else terribly interesting this update personally, other than Sabir coming back early, actually. Maybe not early, it's been 6 months or so, and this is just an uncommon ship. But interesting to see one come back. Although this is for update 15.3. So we gotta wait another month yet to get your hands on Sabir for a more reasonable price. Given that it is uncommon and a tier 10, I would expect it to be for similar cost to things like Inchin, for example. They've kind of standardized the pricing on these premiums for doubloons. I suppose they haven't announced that it's directly for doubloons, but I would assume so. You know, with ships like Inchin and Monmouth leaving, 26,300 doubloons is what I would expect Sabir to come back for. 6 months away from when it was initially released, somewhere around there. It's not too bad, actually. I'm fairly happy with that release schedule. I am a little worried about some of the other ships that seemingly just never come back, or dockyard ships that come back for thousands of dollars in gamble crates, but credit where it's due, Sabir came back relatively quickly, and I'm speculating, but I would guess it's in for this 26,300. Remember, of course, you also get a 25% off doubloon coupon that you can use on these ships. So if you have that, you wait for that to come back, you can get yourself Sabir for under 20k doubloons, when originally I think it was around 40k in the initial offering. A few more changes, a few more camos, but not much else here. This is a pretty light update, I would say. Tried to go over it relatively quickly as a big again, I have to say this yet again. Please, please go get your free commander resets for the week. Experiment, have fun. Maybe fix some of the builds that you made when you were a beginner to this game. I know that certainly happened for me as I played more and got a little better at the game the years that I started playing. Some of those initial builds were a little questionable. Here's a great opportunity to go back and fix those. So please get yourself that free commander skills reset. But other than that, that is update 15.2. European battleships coming out, actually releasing. I don't count early access as a full release, is probably the exciting part here. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.